Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Project Cars 2 here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here. Now before we jump into the next championship race in the Formula Renault 3.5, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the support on this series on the channel. But please keep hitting that like button, please leave your comments in the tab below, and please subscribe if you're not subscribed. There's going to be loads of racing coming from this channel over the next couple of months. There's so many new games coming out. I'm really looking forward to them. Please stay tuned, and let's just get straight into the racing. So here we go. Right, just hold into that turn, not too bad, and yes, we're already up on that sector. That's fantastic, and we do need to push. Our last time was over a second off the pace, and that only got us 15th, so we need to get a little bit better than that, otherwise we're going to struggle in this race. Now, we've only got light rain at the moment, and so that is causing a little bit of problems. I am struggling a little bit, but as long as it stays at these sort of conditions, I think we should be able to manage it. As long as it doesn't start to puddle everywhere, that's when it starts to get really tricky. But we're not sure, the race might actually be dry. You never can tell with this random weather you get on the career, and it does make it exciting, so you can't always plan what you're going to do with the car because you're not sure what conditions the race is going to be. It's never the same as the qualifying. Right, let's just try and hold it through there. This is feeling good. Right onto the apex, trying to gain as much speed through there, and it does feel pretty good. Ooh, bit of a slide there. Right, last turn. Are we going to get a better time here? Please be quicker. We need to get further up the order. And over the line. Ooh, 5th. Oh, we got 5th. That's not bad. Right, so we got to the end of the qualifying session and we took 5th place, and I will take that all day long in those conditions in that car. Let's just go straight to race and hope the rain stops. Why, oh why did I open my mouth? Now we've got full-on rain. Now this is going to cause major issues. It's going to be loads of puddling. We've just got to be as good as we can. Let's see if we can get a good start and see if we can take a few places. God, is not wanting to accelerate. Almost lost the front then. Oh my dear Lord, almost lost it right up off the grid. But let's just try and take a gentle line. Oh, a bit of a car just went flying. There was a bit of contact through there. Let's try and avoid that, and we got away in our starting position, so that's not too bad. Can we take this place into this turn? Oh my God, there's already puddles on the circuit sliding into that turn. Oh my God, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. Oh my God, I've got no grip whatsoever, but we've managed to get up to P4 in those first couple of corners, so I can't complain with that. But we're just going to have to be better on the braking. Don't run straight into there, and hopefully they struggle in this weather as well. Oh God, there was a bit of slide from the car in front, but I'm struggling to get the grip as well. Right, oh God, you can't turn at all. It's just, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Just not getting any traction at all. And yeah, I think this is going to be one of those races where you're just going to have to take it down a notch, back off the power and gradually accelerate out the turns. Don't go off the circuit. Oh my God, I'm bringing a bit of gravel onto the track now. Right, just try and take it nice and gentle. Oh dear God, I'm sliding all over the place. All I can see in front of me is spray, and there is puddles everywhere. I'm hoping these conditions don't get any worse than this, if they can possibly get any worse than this. But this isn't great. Now, the light rain in the qualifying session was manageable. Yeah, it was a little bit slidey here and there, but I still felt like I could push the car. In these conditions, I'm not so sure, and I've gone slightly over there. Be careful, we don't want to be getting any penalties either. But I think generally when you go over that section, it's when you gain a place where you get penalised, and we've managed to slide up the inside, so we've managed to gain a position, try and get a bit of traction, and yes, I will take that, and we're up to P3. Right, just try and take it nice and steadily, and just see if we can just keep up with these two cars in front. We've still got quite a few laps to go. Can we take another place here? No, I'm not going to risk it. Oh God, a little bit too much of a curve there. Just try and take it nice and steady, and just try and keep it on the tarmac as much as we can. But the puddles on the circuit are starting to get bigger, and this is where it's going to get really challenging, because every time you brake in those zones where the puddles are, you just got no brakes at all. And we've got to make sure we avoid all the big puddles. They're going to develop around certain corners. Let's just keep an eye on that. And that's not bad. Stayed off the gravel this time. But I am loving the live track, I must admit. It does add to the challenge, and this is definitely a challenge. Right, so let's try and hold it, and just try and keep it nice and steady. Nice and steady around there. Oh, God, be careful, just accelerate a little bit too hard. Right, this is where I know I can catch up. They're not very quick through this section. They always slow down for this turn here, so let's take advantage for that. Oh, not too bad. Oh, got onto the curb again, be careful. Oh, God, almost lost the front end then. That was a close one. Matt had to really counter steer there. Right, can we dive up the inside of her and get another place? Yes, right into the braking zone. So we're definitely better on the brakes than they are in these wet conditions, and we're taking full advantage of that. Oh God, massive puddle. Felt a bit of a light steering there as I went through that puddle there, and we managed to get away with that. Right, let's chase down this car in front and see if we can take the lead in this race. Let's just try and be careful into that turn. I think it's safer to just take a generally just slowly accelerate through that section there. Oh God, don't brake too hard. But I must admit, I did turn down the brake pressure quite a lot on the setup on the car, because in the wet it was a lot better when I didn't have so much feel on the brake, and I could just dab it, and it wasn't just obviously just slide it, you know, locking up completely. But you just have to muck around with the settings in the car until you get the balance. I know that the weather conditions play so much on the setup. I think you have to tweak certain things that you wouldn't normally tweak in the wet, and I definitely did that. I am liking some of the stable setups that the game's given you though. They are working quite well, and I'm just, oh God, be careful around that turn, and I am just making a few adjustments here and there just to make them better for me. But I do like the fact that they give you that option. That Project Cars one didn't, and the engineer works quite well as well. I think that's a very promising extra they've added to the game. Right, can we dive up the inside again and take a place? Be good into the braking zone. Oh, I think we have, and we're into the lead. Fantastic. See, that is definitely, oh God, be careful through that puddle. That's definitely an area where they are very weak, and that's what you have to do in some races. I mean, starting in 5th wasn't a bad position to start off in. We managed to not lose too many places off the grid, and we've just worked out where they are weak, and we have taken advantage of that each lap. Now we've got one more lap to go after this. If we can just manage to get through these conditions and take the win, that would be awesome. And we move on to the final race of the championship. And I know we did the short championship in the Formula Renault 3.5, but we will come back and do the full championship, but we'll put it on a much harder level. Almost, we might try it on maximum 120, and we will do setups for the races. But we definitely want to just try and get through as many of the motorsport series as we can in this walkthrough. Right, let's just try and keep it nice and steady. Coming to the last corner of the 4th lap, and then we've got one more lap to try and manage, and then we should be able to take another victory, which would be absolutely amazing. I'm really chuffed at this. I thought after that qualifying session the race would be really tough, but I think the weather getting worse has actually played into our hands, because we've actually been a little bit quicker than they were, although they weren't that slow in just the light rain. So I think the heavy rain, the AI struggle a lot more than we do, and you just got to try and manage it. Be careful, that puddle is getting huge. I would like to know how bad the puddles actually get on a longer race. I mean, if you did a race around here over 10-15 laps, do the puddles, is there a limit to how much water that gets on the circuit? That would be interesting to do in a video, to put it on the hardest weather, hardest rain, and see how much water actually develops on the circuit over time. That would be absolutely insane how big some of the puddles may get. Right, let's just try and keep it nice and steady through there. Nicely done it. I haven't done any races in thunderstorms. I've seen a couple of videos of some people doing it. That looks quite good. Definitely can't wait to see that. Right, we've only got a few more corners to go. I think we should be okay as long as we just manage these corners. I've been really good, actually. I've been really steady on the accelerator and the brake, and it's worked quite well. But I have adjusted my my steering wheel settings again since the update, and I'll definitely have to do another video to show you what settings I'm using. But yeah, it's not too bad now. It feels pretty good, and it looks like we're going to take a victory. And that was a pretty good run, I think, considering the weather conditions. We weren't amazingly fast. We did drop a lot of time. I mean, the times were 1:19, almost. They're almost 10 seconds slower in the heavy rain. Anyway, let's get into the results. So here we go. Right, so we move on to the final race of the championship, and we actually got the fastest lap in that race, but I'm pretty sure if the conditions were like they were in qualifying, I wouldn't have done, because they were a lot quicker. But we're in a strong position now, so let's move on to the next race in this championship. So here we go, guys. Right, so here we go with the final race of this short Formula Renault 3.5 championship, and we're in Spain for Barcelona, Catalonia. Oh, this is a difficult one. Not a very quick round, this version of the circuit. I prefer the full, but I'm going to give it my best. So let's get straight into qualifying. So here we go. Right, so here we go with another lap. Let's see if we can go a little bit faster. We're still struggling, still sitting in 16th position, and we're halfway through the session, but I just don't seem to have the pace around this circuit, and I can't complain about the conditions, because the conditions are fantastic. I just don't have the pace. But let's see if we can go a little bit faster this time, because we need to get better than 16th, I think. Right, just try and hold the pace. This is where I really struggle. I think it's the last sector where I keep losing the time. It's really hard to be quick around this last chicane of this circuit. I don't know what it is, but I can't be. I try and hold the speed around these turns, but I just feel like I don't have the grip and the speed, and I seem to be losing at least half a second to a second, and that's where it gets me. It's this last one here. I keep dropping it down to second or first, and I just can't seem to get through there any quicker. That was a little bit better than the previous lap. Oh, whoops, turned it a little bit too soon there. That's going to screw my lap up, but let's see if we can get better than what we've got already. Over the finish line, and we're up to 10th. Oh, that's a little bit of an improvement. Right, so we only got 10th in the end after qualifying. Tried as hard as I could, about half a second of the pace. We need to do so much better in the race. We need to be solid, consistent, and hopefully we can finish in a podium position. But it's not going to be easy, so let's go, guys. Right, so here we go with the race around Barcelona, Catalonia from 10th position. It's not going to be easy to get into a podium position from here. Over 5 laps, but I'm going to try. Right, let's try and get a good start. And no, it wasn't a great start, and we didn't beat anyone off the line. But can we take a few places into this first right-hander? Dive through the middle like a missile. Oh my God, we managed to take quite a few places. Oh wow, we managed to bomb straight through, and we're up to P4. I wasn't expecting a result like that in that first corner, but I will take it. Right, we just need to settle down into a rhythm. We know we haven't got the pace of the cars in front, but if we can just try and stick with them, I will take this position all day long. A 4th position is a good result after 10th in qualifying, and would put us in a decent position. Oh, managed to squeeze past and into a podium position. He braked well early into that corner, and I took full advantage of it, and I'm up to 3rd. Oh wow. Now, if we could finish in a podium position around here, that would be fantastic. Right, just try and hold the speed. Now, my time in qualifying was, I think, a 1:04.6. That's the sort of consistent times we need to do, but we will see what sort of pace they are at once we get into the race. But hopefully, if we can stay as consistent as that, we should be able to hold on to this position. But you never know. Right. Oh God, he's braked early into there. Can we take the position, or is he going to take it back? No, he's going to go on the outside onto the grass. Can we hold the inside line? Oh, got a little bit of contact with him there as I held him off, and we've taken 2nd position. Oh my God, what a move! He slowed down so early into that turn. I wasn't expecting that, and I've taken full advantage as he's trying to come round the inside of that corner. Oh my God, I'm getting dive bombed as well now. Right, we've got into that turn really wide onto the curb, but we've just got to hold our own and just try and settle down. Oh my God, what a frantic first 2 laps there this has been, but the car in front is really setting a real pace here, and we've got to try and live with it. Could we actually win in Barcelona around Catalonia? I'm not sure if we can, but we're going to try and push and get a little bit closer if we can. Right, so that's the 2nd lap out the way, and that wasn't that quick actually, so that was only a 1:06, so we're still not on the qualifying pace, but let's see if we can just improve our time on this 3rd lap. Right, keep it nice and steady. Really difficult corner. That corner seems to be so tough. I just don't feel like I've got much grip around it, and that's not too bad through there. let's just carry on and try and just get a little bit faster through here. This is the section I seem to lose a lot of time. I'm not as quick through there as the AI, and I've got one right behind me, and I'm expecting them to probably try and make a move up the inside. No, he wasn't close enough, but I can see him in my mirror. He is getting very, very close, so I have got a lot of pressure from behind, and it looks like I'm going to just have to settle for this second spot. There's no way I'm going to catch the car in front unless he makes a mistake, and I can't see that happening. I think what I've noticed with the game, the AI make less mistakes once they get into the lead than they did on Project Cars 1. And that is definitely something they have improved. Right, let's see what time we get here. That must have been slightly quicker, so we've just done a 105.7, so we're still at least a second off the pace that we had in qualifying. Right, just keep it nice and steady around there. Really don't feel the grip round that turn, and I do struggle around there and onto the curb, just trying to keep it nice and steady. And we have improved slightly at that sector. Let's just keep on trying to push. We've got a lot of cars sitting behind us. We're not pulling away from them at all, and they seem to be at our pace, but we're just not at the pace that the car in front is run away with it now, and it looks like we're just going to be battling for a second place finish, which would still be amazing considering we started from 10th on the grid and we weren't that quick in qualifying. And I will take that. That should get us the championship in this short championship, but we will come back and do the full championship once we've gone through a few more of the tours. Right, that's not too bad round there, and we're coming towards the final lap of the race, and hopefully this will be a really, really good finish. We need to have a really good last lap, and again we're not really on the pace whatsoever. Our times have been quite bad actually in this race, and we just need to just try and finish as quick as always. Getting close. We can't afford to drop off the pace here. Keep it nice and steady onto the curb, and again we're slightly up on that first sector, but keep on losing it through this sector. Got to try and hold it through here. They're going to probably try and make a move on us. Let's try and hold it. Oh God, onto the curb. He's one car length back. Oh my God, this is all going to go wrong. I know it's right. Just trying to take that nice and tight onto the apex there. Oh God, almost lost the front as I tried to accelerate out. I'm making a few mistakes, and again made another mistake, and he's literally sitting right behind me. If you look in the mirror, smoke coming out of the back of my car. I think that's coming from the rear tyres as I'm trying to turn in. I don't know why I keep having smoke coming out. I don't know if that's something to do with what I've changed on the setup. Last turn. Come on, let's just get it to the finish line and take a second place finish. Fantastic. I will take that all day long. And there you go. We finish in second place, and yeah, that was a really, really tough race. And look, his time in that race was a 104.7, so he was slightly slower than his qualifying lap, but it was still quick enough to take the win. But we take the championship by 23 points, and I will take that all day long. That's another championship. And I really enjoyed the Formula Renault. We're definitely going to have to do some more races in this, and there may be some invitation events in this car maybe. Right, let's get into choosing our next championship. So here we go, guys. Right guys, now I'm going to leave it down to you lot to vote for the next championship we're going to do in this walkthrough. Now we've just done our open wheel championship. Let's try and choose something different, and there's quite a few to choose from. So let's see what we've got. So we can't go back to tier 5 now, so we can't do Formula C or Ginetta GT5. So we've got Prototype C. We've got the GT4s, we have got the Porsche Cayman Cup, the Group A, or the RX Light Originals. So there is some, there's some good ones there. I will leave it down to you to vote over the next couple of days, guys, and thank you so much for the support on this career. Don't forget, we've got GT Sport coming this week, loads to look forward to. Thanks for all the support, and I will see you very, very soon.